That's a big freaking deer. Tonight was a huge success. First night of scouting here in Kansas. Feel like we got a lot done. Feel like we're headed in the right direction. No, thank you. Oh my gosh. Dang, that one might be a big deer. Tomorrow's opening season in Kansas. We've been off to a very hot start. So we'll see if we can keep the momentum going. Welcome back to a Seek One episode. We are in Kansas, a long way from home. I'm in my favorite rental car of all time, the Kia Soul, which has never let me down, except in this moment right now. We've got a flat tire. We are trying to rush back into town to get this thing figured out. We're in the middle of nowhere. This Kia Soul is about to have one heck of a next 10 days. There are some absolute giants out here. We've got 4 days of scouting and about 5 days of hunting. So we got to get after it, but we got issues right now. All right, now we're on the road again. Time to do some scouting. Coming here kind of on a whim. I don't have hardly any intel at all. A buddy of mine, Zach Fernandez, who you guys probably remember from an episode we did last year, we were hunting and a buck got hit by a car. Basically was talking to me last year, telling me that he and his dad have hunted this area of Kansas for a while. And there's a lot of public ground around here. There's a lot of walk-in stuff. And so basically just kind of applied for the units I'm in, and here we are. So we're kind of going to be doing a mixed bag of things with trying to get some permission from some local farmers, but also probably just hitting this walk-in and public ground type stuff. I was actually eating dinner in a bar last night, got in a conversation with the lady across the table from me, just asking her if she sees deer. She's local, and she actually showed me a picture of a buck that she saw a few nights ago. Dropped the pin on a map of where it was, and I'm headed down there now to door knock on the farmer's door that owns it. I think door knocking down here is going to be extremely difficult because most of Kansas, it seems like, is leased up, but you never know until you ask. So I'm gonna drive this farmer's house right now and get our door knocking campaign / scouting trip underway. No go. They leased this place to other hunters, but he did show me of a buck that was killed out here that was like 215 inches. So to say there are big deer out here is an understatement. Public ground here, some of this walk-in hunting area. There's a big pond in here, and there's actually Milo on the backside. Zach and I were just taking a look at. He saw some deer in here last night. Y'all remember Zach from last year? The old buck that got hit by a car. I did just bump 2 deer out of this plum thicket right here. I never would have looked at this and been like, yeah, there's deer bedded in here. But that's a big freaking deer. Oh my gosh. There's 3 big bucks. I'm gonna try and loop around to this road all the way to the backside, see where they're going. Here they are. That one buck is really nice. There's more deer down there. Another group of bucks. All right, I just saw a totally different group of bucks. The group I just saw for the first time over here to the left looked like it had 150+ inch deer in it. The 3 bucks right there also looked really, really nice. And this is really close to that walk-in area. But at least we know that there's a couple really nice bucks in this area. Tonight was a huge success. First night of scouting here in Kansas. I'm gonna wrap it up. That was an awesome evening and check out this little sunset. All right, boys, good morning. It is day 3 of scouting. I didn't pick up the camera at all yesterday just because I'm trying to cover as much ground as I possibly can out here. And to be honest with you, sometimes it's just more efficient to put the camera down and just scout. Hit a bunch of public yesterday. I met up with a buddy of mine, pretty much the only contact I've got in the great state of Kansas, my buddy Caleb, and we just kind of poked around to a handful of different places yesterday. Actually dove into one piece of public that was planted in Milo and saw 3 bucks in it. I actually got some spotting scope footage of these deer. One of them in particular at the end looked hard to tell. It was kind of dark, but like 140-inch deer. So we got one good area. I'm sure there's more in there that we didn't see. I'm headed to another piece of public this morning, and what I'm focusing on is trying to find the Milo. I think that's where these deer are at. If I can land this spot, this would be an absolute game changer. All right, what I was just able to figure out is all of this ground is leased out, like all of it. That place is also leased. I think the moral of the story is that 99% of the state of Kansas is leased up, which is crazy. I just found a shed antler, and then I got a call from my buddy Zach, who I'm here with. He and I have been dividing and conquering. He talked to some random guy on the side of the road, some old timer, and this guy was like, "Oh yeah, you know, I own this little piece. Why don't you go take a look at it?" Well, we start looking at what this guy owns, and he owns about half the state of Kansas, and nobody hunts his stuff. And he just gave Zach permission at a couple different places that he's got, one of which is over 3,000 acres. He was just FaceTiming me to tell me that we got the green light for that place. But big news, baby. Let's go. My buddy Cody just got in town, so we called in the reinforcements to help out with some camera work. Zach and I, we've pretty much talked to half the state of Kansas. I mean, we have beat the bush as hard as you can beat the dang bush. Talking to as many people as we could. I feel like we finally got a decent plan.
Yeah, I think we got some good stuff in the works.
We got a few places that we got rolling. We got a handful of private places with some farms that we got. We found a handful of good stuff on public. Zach just like flagged over some random truck a couple nights ago, which opened up a door for us. We've done everything we possibly can in the 4 days we had to scout. I'm staying at a buddy of mine, Brooks. I just called him. I knew he hunted Kansas. I had no idea where, and he happened to be here the same week we are in the same area, and we're staying at their cabin. We've got some good stuff rolling. So I want to shoot my bow real quick and just make sure that we're good. No, thank you. I did not know that those existed in Kansas. God, bless America. We might have to set up on that. Let's get to the top right here. We can see this whole ditch right here. We can watch the water and we can watch the Milo. This is gonna be perfect. Just no tarantulas. That might be a giant.
He lift his head.
I need him to pick his head up. I got it right on him. Dude, he looks like he's like this.
Yeah, I said
I can't tell what he is, but
I mean, I just saw he had a big frame.
that's what, yeah,
You
his
know?
body's huge. 'Cause you can, I mean, it's dark and it's 1,500 yards away and you can see him clear as day.
So that's a wrap.
See what we can do tomorrow. Tomorrow's opening season in Kansas. We've been off to a very hot start. So we'll see if we can keep the momentum going. All right, good morning, people. It's officially opening day here in Kansas. We are actually on observation sit. We're not hunting. That's why we're not wearing orange. I really want to figure this deer out or get a better look at him. And there are other stands on properties that people would definitely see us if we were wearing orange. So we're not hunting, we're just observing. I kind of want to lay below the radar as best we can here. We've already got deer that are piling back into this water that we saw yesterday. So we're going to keep an eye on that, but I really want to focus on this draw this morning and see if this buck is working his way back up. See if we can't get a better look at what he is and what he's doing. Those aren't that bad.
No.
Oh, that guy on the left.
The
He's got
biggest one.
some long beams. Dude, these two are just sitting there. Oh my gosh.
Tank, bro.
That one might be a big deer.
Dude, those are three both. I mean, they all look like.
Look at that deer.
That deer's a magnum.
That might have been the one we saw last night.
It very well could have been. He's got big beams, like. Big
His
frame.
body, though.
Yeah.
That was the thing that stood out last night, was how big his dang body was. Look, now they're all three.
That's so cool.
These deer are starting to move. They've moved off of the property we don't have, and they've moved on to a property we do have. What I'm hoping is that they're going to stop. The other group of does went across this whole block. I'm hoping that these bucks hang around at the place they're at, and if they lay down, we'll make a game plan. But I'm really hoping right now they don't go to that tree belt. But if they cross that field and get into that tree belt, we're out of the game.
Lee just made it down to this Kia Soul. He's gonna go see if he can cut these deer off. And hopefully they don't leave the section that we can hunt.
I've got my workout in this morning. That was, to me, I think that was the right plan. They wanted to go over there, man. There was nothing we could do.
No, they were so committed.
Yeah, so I ran to the car and I looped away from them all the way around, and I was just gonna be like, all right, I want a car to drive that road. Maybe it'll kind of push them back into the stuff we can hunt. But yeah, when they made up their mind, there was no stopping them. They were gonna go to that tree belt. I don't know, man. I'm not sure what to do this evening. We might go up north to some other stuff we've got. So we'll regroup and kind of make a game plan from here. I feel like Zach and I have covered almost, I mean, not every square inch literally, but we've covered a ton of ground. We just drove 2 hours, and this is where I met my buddy Caleb the other day. Caleb lives out here, and he works on like the oil rigs and stuff, and he knows a bunch of families. He's been super helpful for helping me get in touch with some of these families. And this piece of ground here, I drove by a few days ago, saw a real big deer probably 5 miles away, and it kind of just opened my eyes to this area. Called Caleb because I recognized a family name that he said he knew. So he helped us get permission here and at the other place that we're going to try and hunt tonight. The other place, we were driving the other night, and it was just like totally not expecting. We drove by this Milo patch, and boom, a bachelor group of bucks and with a couple really big ones jumped up and bounded off. We've got a little patch that we have permission on there that's in Milo. So between this place here and the other Milo patch, we're kind of going to be bouncing back and forth, and the plan is to spot and stalk, try to get eyes on these deer, and go at them through the Milo. I think we're about to customize our orange a little bit. Just blank. Need something good luck on there. What should I draw? Deer or logo?
Deer.
Deer. I agree. I'm not gonna look like an idiot though.
I mean, maybe. It's got to be good.
See, that's the thing. I'm a terrible artist. Like, I'm literally terrible. For the sake of good luck, I'm gonna do a deer.
Okay.
But this is not meant to be a joke. This is
serious.
I just don't want to wear just a blank hat. It's got to have something on it. I'm going like sort of stick figure deer here.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's actually, I'm pretty proud of that actually. That actually turned out way better than the image I had in my head.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
That's
I'm
not
proud
bad.
of that. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
all right,
his
it's
name?
dubbed Lucky. All right, so it's 5:30 right now. What I want to do is get to this Milo is rolling, and I want to get into a high spot. Our wind is perfect from where we've seen these deer. And I basically want to try and get into a high spot on this Milo here. I think they favor again, dude, this is like Kansas, it's totally new to me. I think they favor the green Milo versus this like kind of reddish Milo. And I think that's why they're kind of in that other Milo. But when we saw them the other day, they were feeding kind of towards the property we've got. So I think we're just going to get high and then just glass from there. And then just, I don't know, we'll make a plan as it happens. There's deer tracks all in here. I think we ease up just a little bit further. I really want to try and get eyes on something before we keep pushing it, because if we blow it, it's done. Alright, now we wait. We can use this berm to our advantage. We can stay behind it and jet up that way, or jet that way if they're working this way. Buck just popped up right here. Small buck. But that big one was with a small buck. Actually, he's not that small. He's 100% gonna pick that drainage ditch we need to move over. Don't you agree? Yeah. I think we can stay behind this berm and just push on over. Oh gosh. Yeah. Yep. There's two of them. One just popped up and he looks real big. Yep, that's him. That's a big deer. He's actually coming our way. He's working that drainage up. If he keeps coming our way, we might be able to pull this off. He's still coming. We gotta get to this ditch and we're gonna take it all the way over. But he's moving, dude. He's moving. There's another bird we can probably get to.
Okay.
It's gonna be loud though. But at this point, I mean, we got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
How far?
60.
No, you're closer. Oh my gosh, man. It's 57 yards.
That was so close,
Dude,
man.
he just silhouetted us or something. I don't know. He just, dude, he was like, I saw him here and he was trotting.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, get ready, get ready. I was looking for him here. Dude, he popped up. He slipped right by us. And our wind's going towards him now. Dude, I had him ranged, dialed. I was just like, please turn and look away and I was gonna draw.
Yep.
Dude, that's a giant deer.
That was a big one. He was a tank.
Dude, we almost had it.
We really, literally almost had
We
it.
almost had it. That was freaking awesome. Dude, he caught us out of his peripherals.
He's just a big deer, dude. He just had that sense. He's like, he knew something wasn't right. Because he never really, like, crazy boogered. But
No, he really didn't.
He just knew something wasn't right.
Yeah, he did not booger that bad.
What you mean?
That was really cool, man. That is exactly why I came to Kansas. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
Yep.
But there's always tomorrow. He's an angry elf.
What do you think about that, Lee?
Rattlesnakes?
Yeah.
I love snakes.
Yeah.